Before I read my message, with the indulgence of everyone who are with us this afternoon, and it's really a regret on our part that after my message, and I had to leave immediately for another very important commitment. It's really regrettable on my part, and I will be with you throughout the duration of this event this afternoon. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable Secretary Cesariano, not my counterpart, but my partner, Ardarin Cruz, the Mayor of Cotabato City, represented by the Deputy Mayor, Haji Abdullah Andar, our friend from the World Bank, Madam Mary Morrison, and of course, another colleague or friend from the World Bank, Paul Adolfo. The co-chairperson of the BCTP Project Board on the part of the Mali, Honorable MP Ali Salih, and his counterpart from the government, who is joining us by Zoom, Lieutenant General Danilo Pamudak, our friend from the Bangsamoro Development Agency, Rajmi Talib, and of course, Madam Horaida Abdullah, the CFSI, and all the participating ministries from INPOS, BYC, MSSD, BYC, BPDA, BICTO, and from the indigenous communities, from our friends from the media. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And good afternoon.
Walaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
To our partners from the World Bank, the Bangsamoro Development Agency, Community and Family Services International, members of the GPH and the Violent Peace Mechanisms, community leaders, development partners, and fellow peace advocates, my warmest greetings of peace and gratitude. I am honored to join you today in this culminating activity of the Bangsamoro Camps Transformation Project. This milestone marks the significant progress we have made in transforming our former camps into hubs of peace, development, and opportunity. This event, theme sharing insights and celebrating success, is not only a celebration of progress, but also a reaffirmation of the same vision that brought us together in the Bangsamoro peace process. The transformation of these camps tells a very powerful story from the embers of conflict have risen communities defined not by war, but by hope, hard work, and human dignity. The Bangsamoro Camps Transformation Project has brought former combatants, women, youth, and grassroots leaders together to reimagine and rebuild their communities as zones of peace. It has turned symbols of resistance into centers of renewal. Let me now share some guiding principles that I believe must continue to shape our collective efforts in advancing the GPS-MILF peace process and, in particular, the normalization track. First, the 8 components of the normalization process must be implemented simultaneously and comprehensively. These components, the commissioning of MILF combatants, security arrangement, socio-economic development, confidence building measures, transitional justice and reconciliation, redeployment of military troops, policing, and camp transformation form a single, interdependent framework. Each reinforces the other, and a delay in one affects the credibility of the whole process. We must not treat these components as optional or sequential. They are meant to unfold together to ensure a just and lasting peace. Second, the implementation of the peace process must be rooted in its founding principles of mutual recognition, justice, inclusivity, and respect for the Bangsamoro identity. These were the principles that gave life to the 2012 Framework Agreement on the Bangsamoro, or FAB, and the 2014 Comprehensive Agreement on the Bangsamoro, or CAB. We should uphold them, not only in words, but in our policies, in our institutions, and our shared actions. Third, there must be no separate or unilateral interpretation of the peace agreements. What was signed and agreed upon by both parties must be faithfully implemented as intended. The agreements are the result of complex negotiations and sacrifices from both sides that lasted for more than 17 years. Until now, we are still trying to discuss and probably agree on how to implement all these agreements. Rewriting or selectively implementing provisions erodes trust and confidence and compromises the future we are all trying to build. Fourth, implementation of the peace process demands political will and continued trust from the national government, the BARM, and the Bangsamoro people, and of course, the Moro Islamic Liberation Front. Trust was the currency that made the peace negotiations possible. It must remain the foundation for fulfilling the agreements. Political will must translate commitments into concrete outcomes, especially for those still waiting to benefit from the peace dividends. Fifth and finally, we must all recognize that the Bangsamoro struggle is now in its democratic phase. And for that matter, the MILF is now transforming itself into a social movement, from armed to unarmed. It's not part of my speech, but I'm just trying to supplement. The battlefield has shifted from the forest and fields to the halls of governance. Today, the Bangsamoro people can shape their political future through the institutions of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. And we are hoping and we are praying that the powers that are given to the BARM for the passage of the Bangsamoro Organic Law should be exercised by the Bangsamoro people, with, of course, with the generous provision of general supervision of the office of the President. The VAR is the tangible expression of the people's right to self-governance. It is now through ballots, not bullets, that we assert our voice and aspirations. And, it's not part of my speech. We are very surprised that while the environment through the United Bangsamoro Justice Party is very much ready to participate in election, the last great election, but other groups are trying to postpone again. We cannot understand that. We cannot understand why some people, some groups are still insisting on prolonging the transition, while the MLN is already committed and indicated that the election must take place, so that whoever is leading the bar must be supported and elected by the people. The democratic process must be protected, deepened, and made meaningful for every Bangsamoro. This is the new period of struggle. Good governance, moral leadership, inclusive development, and the empowerment of our communities. It is in this phase that the sacrifices of our martyrs and mujahideen must bear fruit in the form of well-governed schools, sustainable livelihoods, social justice, and accountable institutions. As we conclude this project, let us not view it as an end, but rather as a beginning. Let us draw strength from the progress we've made and resolve to go further. We thank our partners, the World Bank, the CFSI, the BDA, and all those who work with us through this journey for your commitment and solidarity. You have helped turn the promise of peace into something real, something seen and felt in the lives of the Bangsamoro. May we all remain guided by the spirit of justice and peace, and may Allah continue to bless our efforts with success and sincerity. Shukran, mabuhay tayong lahat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Maraming salamat, Sir IQ. Once again, Ma'am Knight and Sir Rads, please help me present our token of appreciation to Sir IQ.